Okay, so let's dive into one of the most enduring and frankly mysterious stories in modern ufology. This is a tale that just recently resurfaced in a huge way, and it's got everything. We're talking secret air shows, reverse engineered alien technology, and a trail of suspicious deaths that's hard to ignore.
I am capable of building and designing an aircraft that can go 210 times the speed of light. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This absolutely staggering claim was just revealed for the first time on the Joe Rogan Experience, but its origins? They go back decades, and they're wrapped in secrecy and, as we're about to see, a whole lot of danger.
So, that single sentence, spoken by a man who has stayed deep in the shadows for over 30 years, reignited a story that many people thought was long buried and forgotten. But to really get why this claim is such a bombshell, we have to go back. We have to go all the way back to the very beginning of the legend, which starts with an unauthorized visit to a top-secret airshow back in 1988.
Now, what's interesting is the story doesn't actually begin with Brad Sorensen, the man in hiding. It starts with his friend, an aerospace illustrator named Mark McCandlish, who ended up becoming the public voice for this entire incredible tale.
So the story goes like this. On November 12, 1988, Sorensen, who did not have the proper clearance, gets brought into this private exhibit. This was a showing meant only for the top military brass and high-level politicians. He absolutely was not supposed to be there.
And what did he see? Imagine this. Behind a curtain, there are 3 saucer-shaped craft. They're all different sizes, and they are just hovering, completely silently, a few feet off the ground. No landing gear, no cables, nothing. And there's a 3-star general right there, leading the presentation, explaining exactly what they're all looking at.
They called it the ARV, or Alien Reproduction Vehicle. The name itself is a bombshell, right? It's explicitly stating that these are human-built copies of alien craft. And the nickname, the Flux Liner, that hints at some kind of wild power source, maybe an electrical field propulsion system that could basically rewrite physics. But you know, the physical description was somehow even stranger.
Here's the kicker. Despite their unbelievable performance, these things looked, well, they looked like they were slapped together. They had repurposed old jet fighter seats, a heavy door that looked like it was ripped off a submarine, and cameras housed in these cheap-looking plastic bubbles, like something you'd find at a Walmart. It wasn't sleek or futuristic at all. It was crude, with chipped paint and fingerprints all over it, like a garage-built prototype that had seen years of hard use.
And just look at the sheer scale of these things. They were nicknamed the 3 Bears, and the largest one, Papa Bear, was supposedly around 130 feet across. I mean, these weren't little drones. These were massive, piloted vehicles.
The performance they witnessed on video was just otherworldly. The craft would hover, then make 3 instantaneous jumps to the side, like pop, 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 and then it would just shoot straight up, accelerating so fast it would vanish from sight in less than 2 seconds. I mean, that kind of movement completely defies our understanding of inertia and g-forces. And the general? He claimed these vehicles were capable of light speed or better. So, this incredible story really comes down to 2 men, one who spoke out and risked everything, and another who tried to enforce silence at all costs. And right here, this is the central conflict of the whole story. You've got Mark McCandlish, the artist, who spent 30 years sharing his detailed illustration and telling Sorensen's account to the world. And then you have Brad Sorensen, the engineer, the original witness, who has stayed hidden, allegedly terrified of what would happen to him because this secret got out. This is what Sorensen was recorded saying about McCandlish going public. He was absolutely furious, and you can just feel the fear in his voice. In fact, other researchers who have managed to track him down and contact him report getting direct death threats, not just for them, but for their families too.
But here's where it gets even darker. This isn't just a story about fantastic technology. It's also surrounded by a trail of deeply suspicious deaths.
When you just lay these events out chronologically, a really disturbing pattern starts to emerge. First, in 2014, the documentary filmmaker James Allen, he's deep into a project about the ARV with McCandlish, and just 3 months before it's released, he dies from a very rare cancer. But get this, an autopsy later finds he had heavy metal poisoning. Then, 6 years later, Mark McCandlish himself, the primary voice of the story for 3 decades, is also found dead. And McCandlish was reportedly terrified in his final days. He told his friends he was sleeping with a pistol under his pillow for protection. There were even rumors going around that he was getting ready to testify before Senator Marco Rubio's Intelligence Committee right before he died. And all of this, it brings us right back around full circle
to the man in the shadows, Brad Sorensen, and his truly mind-bending claim.
210 times the speed of light. That's the number. That's the number Brad Sorensen repeated on that phone call. And he didn't just say the craft could do it. He said that he, personally, is capable of designing and building an aircraft that can achieve that performance.
So here's the crucial point. From a national security perspective, this kind of technology wouldn't be seen as a tool for exploring the cosmos. No, it would be viewed as the ultimate weapon, a way to deliver a nuclear warhead to any point on Earth or beyond, instantly. A power that would make all current geopolitics completely obsolete, while at the same time holding the key to interstellar travel.
You know, the Flux Liner story forces us to ask a really difficult question. If a secret this massive could really be kept under wraps for decades, what does that mean for our understanding of reality itself? Are there breakthroughs out there that could completely redefine energy, physics, and humanity's place in the universe that are already here, just hidden from us, right behind the curtain?